Before you waste your money, if you're thinking about buying the Rep Fitness functional trainer, the Athena, or the Aries, you need to watch today's video. The No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here with a full and complete review of the Athena side mount functional trainer, and we're going to do a complete analysis against the Aries attachment, the Rep Fitness Selectorized lat pull down and low row attachment, and the standalone Rep Fitness functional trainer. Now we are going to go deep down the rabbit hole, so if you do find yourself lost in space, make sure you check out the timestamps which are in the description of today's video. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. I cover men's health, fitness, and every week I review a piece of home gym equipment. Now I've had the Athena in-house for a week now, and as a functional trainer, it is exceptional. It's built tight, it's built solid, but when you go to use it, it's buttery smooth. It works exactly how you want it to. There's no clanging, there's no jankiness to it, there's no hiccup in the motion. It's legit. The Athena comes with a 170-pound weight stack, but for an extra price, you can upgrade to a 220-pound stack. Keep in mind, it does have a 2-to-1 pulley ratio, meaning that 220 pounds is going to feel like 110 pounds of resistance. Now, the big standout, at least in my opinion, is that the cable itself can handle 540 pounds, meaning that if you have a gym pin, you can simply just slap on a bunch of Olympic weights to add more resistance, or you can use the band pegs that come with the Athena in order to just strap on a bunch of extra bands. I have been asked over a dozen times on my Instagram account, how does the dual stacked Athena handle cable flies? Because it's attached to your power rack, it's going to be a bit more narrow than your standard standalone functional trainer. Now at 6'1", 190, I was able to do cable flies, no problem, no restrictions. I was able to get my hands out nice and wide.
This ain't the end of me, all the things that I could be. This is the end of you, after all that we've been through. This ain't the end of me, all the things that I could be. This is the end of you.
Now I'm going to tell you that if you have a wingspan of Dwight Howard, or if you're 6'5" and over, you're probably going to find yourself constrained just a little bit. But I would imagine that if you're 6'3" or less, it's going to be exactly how you expect it to feel when you're doing cable flies at your local gym. Time out. I need to pause and give all of you my huge appreciation and thanks. You've all been using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video, and all those proceeds go right back into the channel for future reviews. Remember, when you use those links, let me know so I can give you a thank you gift as a small token of my appreciation. The Athena comes with 2 sets of handles, and I've been using both over the course of this week, and frankly, I found that I like this one a whole lot more. It feels better in the hand, it feels more natural, and during functional training, it just was the one I kept going to. It also comes with a full set of stickers. When you look at the footage I'm going to show you, you'll see that I have not attached these premium stickers. I'm hoping to get a specialized decal system with the No Fate logo, so I didn't want to put these stickers on only to have to tear them off in a week. Unlike a standalone functional trainer that requires its own footprint inside your home gym, the dual stacked Athena is all about space savings. It fits right inside your 6-post power rack. It's going to add 1.8 inches of height to that power rack, but it's going to give you so much for, frankly, no extra space. The only downside is that if you use your 6-post power rack for weight storage, you are going to have to give up a little bit of real estate on that storage because you're going to have to use the spacers they provide in order to allow the Athena to operate as required. Many of you, unfortunately, are exactly like me. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. And I got asked multiple times, will the Athena act and operate like a lat pull down and low row machine? And the answer is, frankly, yes and no. So let's break it down. You can absolutely use the Athena as a low row device. It works beautifully. The only caveat is your personal max. For me, at 190 pounds and 41 years old, I didn't clear my max. I was able to put on so much weight with the gym pin that I couldn't budge the darn thing. And if you don't have a gym pin, if you don't have weights, you certainly could add bands to really increase the resistance. But if your name is Phil Heath, there's probably not going to be enough weight you could add on to this machine to actually be able to say that it's beyond your personal max. I think for many of us, this is going to really sit great for those low rows. It's going to be smooth, but we're not going to feel like we can't go as heavy as we want because this thing's going to step up, chew us up, spit us out, and come back for more. Now, if you don't want to deal with bands or gym pins, or maybe your last name is Magnuson and you want to go ultra heavy, you certainly can do a two-handed row with the dual stacked Athena, and your arms are going to start off just slightly wider than you might like, but the motion is going to be the same and the squeeze on your back is going to be phenomenal. Before we talk about using the Athena as a pull-down machine, let's quickly talk about power rack height. Comes in two heights. I've got the PR4000 low boy. I've got the 80-inch so I can fit it down here in my basement. And at that height, I'm able to do all the functional training exercises I want, whether it's face pulls or even like tricep pull-downs. Now, I'm 6'1". I don't feel hindered by the height of the handle whatsoever. If you're 6'6", if you're in the NBA, you're gonna wanna make sure you've got that taller power rack option, because unfortunately you're going to feel limited doing some of the exercises just because where your hands are going to have to be in accordance to your body. Fortunately, most of us aren't going to make the NBA, and I think the national average on height is 5'11", so you're probably going to be good. The reason I brought up height is because if you have the 80-inch power rack, you're going to have to do pull downs from the floor. Sitting on a bench and trying to do them will not give you a full range of motion. If you have the taller version of the power rack options, you're going to be right as rain. You absolutely can do pull downs on your Athena, but keep in mind there's two major grievances. Number one, you learned in physics class that when you go heavy, when you get close to your body weight, you're gonna have to have something to hold you down, because as you come up, your body's gonna wanna come up with it. And number two, with a typical pull down machine, the weight is right above your head. You lean back just a little bit to squeeze your back. With the Athena, you're gonna have a bit more of an angle because the weight's gonna be essentially in front of you. So you're going to have to lean back just a little bit more than you typically would, and the movement's going to be just slightly off. It's still going to hit your back muscles. You're still going to love it, but keep that in mind.
It's ridiculous how far we've come, how much we've seen, and how much we've done.
Installation time was 3 hours and 10 minutes. 2 hours for the first stack, and then 70 minutes for the second stack as an army of one. At the end of today's video, I'll give you my top 3 installation tips if you're interested and if you make it that far. But let's talk cost. Cost. It's the number one name in the game. Whether you like it or hate it, most people will use cost as a reason to pick one piece of home gym equipment over another. It's the easiest way to get an apples to apples analysis. And functional trainers, well, they ain't giving them away. I'll tell you that the basement bottom level for a functional trainer is typically $2K, $2,000. But the Rep Fitness functional trainer, which is on the lower end of functional trainers, comes in at $2,500. Now the single stacked Athena, so just one side at 170 pounds, is going to run you $949. You can save $100 by going with the dual stacked Athena for $1,800. So as a reference, as an analysis, that's $700 less than your regular functional trainer that you're going to pick up, and you don't need the extra footprint required for that functional trainer. It will fit right inside your 6-post power rack. The big brother to the Athena is the Aries, coming in at $2,800. It has a 260-pound dual stack, meaning that each stack is going to feel like 130 pounds. And for $3,100, you can upgrade each of those stacks to $310. That will operate and feel and function like a functional trainer, as well as a specific lat pull down and low row machine.
Hadouken!
It's time. It is time for Fate of the Union, but I'm going to give you my opinion on what's going to be right for you based on your wallet needs. First off, if you've got money to spare, if you've got the money, but you don't have the space, I certainly would agree you should go with the Aries. That thing is an absolute monster. You can fit it inside a 4-post power rack if you're really tight on space, and it's going to give you all of the feel of a true lat pull down and low row machine, as well as a functional trainer. What if your funds are lacking? What's the best budget option? Honestly, it's going to be a single stacked Athena. Hear me out. You get all the form and function of a functional trainer. The only exercise you can't really do is a crossover exercise. You're still going to be able to do that low row, and you can do those modified lat pull downs as well. And because you're on a budget, don't worry, you can still go super heavy with just a single stack because you can tack on a whole bunch of weight, whether it's with bands or whether it's with a gym pin. The other benefit with going with a single stacked Athena is that at any time in the future, you can just hit that buy it now button and simply turn it into a double stack. But if you are a straight master blaster and you're doing meat and potatoes programming that cause you to go hard and heavy without any fanfare or fluff or functional training, then you might want to consider the Selectorized lat pull down and low row attachment. That 1-to-1 ratio is phenomenal for getting heavy fast. It also has the ability to add on weight with the gym pin, or you can add on resistance with bands as well. As promised, 3 quick tips to help your assembly of the Athena or the Aries go that much smoother. Number 1, get yourself an impact wrench. It's going to save you a whole bunch of time and make your life that much easier. Number 2, before you load the plates, make sure you lube up the rails. They don't really need initial lubricant because they come ready to go, but once those plates are on, it's going to be a lot harder to lubricate the lower end of the rails. And the third piece of advice has to do with this bolt. When you put this in, take your time. There's no rush. You want to make sure that you get it lined up perfectly so that the weight stack is just about to lift off. Just about. That way it's going to make this thing work buttery smooth in all the right ways. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. While you're down there, check out the affiliate links. All proceeds from those links go right back into the channel for future reviews. If you made it this far in the video, you and I are officially best friends. That's right, Dana White and the Slap League. We are Tango and Cash. Thanks for watching, and as usual, don't save anything for the trip back.
Job's done.